Hi, I'm Muhammad Hyder. I won gold at the Grandprix Jiu Jitsu Open 2023 and I am going against the flow.
So you're still grabbing both sleeves, the leg under here, steps on his hip, and you push yourself over around here.
I didn't really like Jiu Jitsu at first, but then my father asked me to give it a chance and now I just put in as much effort as I can and everything went well. The main reason was because he wanted to find me a sport for me to focus on, like skateboarding. But at the time, I think the one that really clicked was Jiu Jitsu.
So Hyder joined us when he was 7 or 8. There was nothing that stood out at the start, in all honesty. He was scared. His younger brother was actually beating him in the class, and it was very hard to move him from the younger kids class to the older kids class. So it took about 3 to 6 months for him to really just break through that. And even after then, it was a slow process. It was just him showing up, showing up, showing up.
When I just initially started, I didn't want to train at all. I was like crying and begging my mom and dad to stay home. And after that, 3-4 months in, I started to actually figure out the sport and start to like it. So when exams are coming up, I usually tone down on the jiu-jitsu training and I attend more tuition classes. And when there's a competition coming up, I just train as much as I can, and if there's no school, I train multiple times a day.
So Hyder's quite self-motivated. For him and his family, jiu-jitsu is both a carrot and a stick. So it's a carrot in that the more he does well in school, the better he's studying, the more focused he is, the more he gets to train as well. There's a stick in that if he's not focused or he's not disciplined at home, well, he can't train jiu-jitsu. So I believe his parents are a good example, and they are really the ones that are helping to drive that balance for him. And they're using jiu-jitsu in a way that, to motivate him as well.
I think that the support is very important because they are supporting me as much as they can right now. They're always there for me and cheer me on whenever during competition time. The coaches are the one who's always guiding me through my jiu-jitsu, and in competition it can be very chaotic. So I think it's really important to have a good relationship with them. So if they're trying to coach you, you have to be able to understand what they are saying. The training would start off with warm-ups, and then they'll do 2 or 3 techniques every day. Then it will start sparring, and then the sparring would usually be 4 to 5 minutes long.
We don't limit a child to a certain set of techniques just because they're younger. And so when an adult who maybe isn't exposed to that level of complexity in teaching or technique, suddenly they're faced with a child that knows how to do that, technique can overcome all.
After I won gold, even the day after, I still had to take time to process that I beat an adult. I felt quite nervous, especially because I knew all my opponents was a lot more experienced than me. Before competition, I would usually not really think about my opponent. I usually just think about what I've done as a whole and how far I've come. And I just keep on telling myself, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it.
This is the year when Hyder broke through all that, and I think he started dominating the other competitors at his level. And so that's when he wanted to test himself and go into the adult competition. So for us, I think that was a milestone moment to say that he's broken that mental ceiling of I'm not a child anymore. I can now compete as an adult, as a man, even though I'm only 14 years old. And the thing is, jiu-jitsu is remarkable that it takes unremarkable people and it makes them remarkable.
I honestly still have a hard time believing to see like how far I've made it. Honestly, if you ask 11 or 12-year-old me, in 2 years you'll be all grown up and beating adults, I probably wouldn't have believed you. So if you want to succeed in life, never give up.